All right, y'all. So I had already came back and I've been talking for about the last 10 minutes, literally, and that's why I go and check. Somebody kept calling and knocked the recording off. So now we're going. I just spoke about so much just now. I swear I just spoke about so much that just kind of aggravated me. Um, I put on airplane mode. So we should be holding each other accountable. That's what I was starting with when I came on last. Um, we should be keeping each other, holding each other for the words we say, things we say we're going to do, and coming out as a collective, as a group. The last thing I was just speaking about was how the other nations come over here and
Grants.
they get grants and all kind of stuff to
Right.
where they can come here and they build up. Then you see the Mexicans, they come over here and they work for like nothing, and they all know how to live in one house.
Close quarters.
Right, 5 families in one home. And next thing you know, they jump on, they got another house, got another apartment. They'll move in your hood in about a year, 2 years. They done like took over the whole block because they know how to do this. They
Right.
know how to live together. Our people, literally off the backs of our people, have built America. So if we built this, why don't we have an economic mind on how to cultivate, how to, for the lack of a better word, to own everything. Yeah, we behind. I get it. It sounds far fetched to own everything, right? But we can start with ourselves. Who knows what could happen if we start actually building together to start owning things and building things. Like I was saying on the last video before it got cut, we have so much land out here. So many families could come here and we could build and put everything together and say more families keep doing it. Not just working, but keep building and building. Who knows what we could take back over. But why people just continue to work and stay where they are, they'll never come out and actually begin to try to take back over and to own everything. It'll never happen. We'll continue to be major consumers. That's it. And if we never get generational wealth off of that. A lot of people polygyny try to say nation building, nation building. Well, how are you nation building if everything you get goes right back into the daggone system that you try to get the money from? Well, that you work to get the money from. It'll never happen. At that time, at that point, it's just talking and it sounds good, but you're not building generational wealth. And you're making payments over and over again every month. Let's get to us. This is another thing I was just speaking about. If when we was out here, we were paying like the rent we were paying, it was 800 a month, lights 200-300 a month, then the water 100 something a month, plus the car insurance and all that for our cars and all that. If you're giving about $1,500 a month back into the system that you're working, like we've had our business for a long time. Baby used to work for the school system for a little bit, you know. Finally convinced her to just quit, and she trusted me, and she's been not having to work for a long time. We got our own little businesses. We had to pay all that much money every month. Imagine that for years and years and years, which is what a lot of people do.
That ain't nothing compared to what some people have to pay for like rent and stuff like
Right,
that.
right. You got places like Raleigh, major cities anywhere, Charlotte, Cali, all these big cities. Imagine how much them people are paying. They're paying $1,500 just for rent,
Just for rent.
plus all the other stuff they got to pay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't build generational wealth like that. Excuse me, y'all. I got to check again just to make sure the thing cutting off, so I don't keep talking for no reason. Okay, we're doing good. We straight. Right. So I swear I was just talking with y'all for about 10, 15 minutes just a second ago from the first time it cut off
Right.
and from when it died. And I was gone, y'all. I, like a soapbox with it, and it stopped recording. But what was that?
Oh, you're talking about how much money has been spent
Oh, right.
in
Yeah.
living, yeah, in the
It's
city.
so much money being spent living out in the cities, or even if you live in the country area. 'Cause where we live, we always rent it from private owners. I'll find a private owner, and that's where I rent from. You know what I'm saying? It's never, not never. There's no reason why I'm gonna say us woke folk, If we understand what's going on, we know what's happening out here, what's going on. There's no reason why people are not trying to get away from those rents and those people, because we supposed to understand what's going on. These people talk about it, they post like it. If you know that this is happening here, it's been shown way before the pandemic, but the pandemic hit a lot of people crazy. This weather that's going on hit people crazy. Nobody wants to come out yet. I get it. Again, everybody don't want to. All right. But what are you doing where you are to build provisions for your family? Because one thing I can guarantee, you see it in all the movies, when stuff goes wrong and shit hit the fan, you don't really see the government going out into the woods messing with nobody. Maybe later on, years later, when there's nothing left in the city to destroy or be ravaged or ravaged, and ran through, then people start going out to look for stuff. But 9.5 out of 10, when people stumble upon somebody that has a little something out in the woods, they get shot up unless they have a big old group to come on that land. Usually, the people are prepared in that land for this, so they're living in their thing. They only come off if they really need to go get something, but they have everything they need already back there. If you think something hits hard in the city, and oh man, I got this. Oh, I got my Draco. I got my Glock, my AK. All right, they gonna have that too. Then what? But at least out in the woods, people gonna have to find you. Like, we're in the woods. We're not by no road. There's one over there, but we're way in the woods. If you stumble back here, and I ain't stumble you back here, you're gonna have a major issue, and you're probably not gonna stumble back. Because we don't bother people, we're very quiet back here, and we don't bother nobody. You come across that gate, if the crazy animal don't get you, this crazy animal gonna get you.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of people, that's one thing I was speaking about too. A lot of people are talking about they're going to Africa and this, that, and the third. It's okay, I guess, but you can't run from your mindset.
That's very true.
If you go over there, again, like the Most High said, like Deuteronomy said, they were all confederate against thee. If you think you're going to go over there and you're not going to have problems or tyrancy, you got another thing coming. I don't care how many families already built up over there. There's a lot of families built up here. If you can't build up with families here, on the lands here, what you think you're about to go over there and do? A lot of them people don't even speak your language. These over here from nigga, if somebody's talking about, oh, we're going to kill this nigga, or we're going to do this, you can understand them unless they speaking a foreign language, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to know, or you might be able to hear the whisper. Over there, they can talk about it right in front of you and know you can't understand them. And then they cut your head off with a machete and take your family. Or, them people right over there got AKs and machetes, just walking around with the stuff in some of the poor areas. What do you do if you're in your home and rebels just pull up? I'm talking about people that live in the country. Like, we live out in the country. I still don't think a rebel is going to pull up on my land and be like, yeah, we're about to kill your family. Over there, people just walk up and do what they want to over there. And I'm talking about, this happens in the cities too. I got like 3 videos right now I can share to show y'all. It's a guy over there that might eat my nose. He sent us videos of him right outside his apartment. But some stuff was going down. A lot of people weren't going outside, but some people were dumb while they're out there shooting and rebels were walking the streets, trying to still go outside. They were getting shot down the street. He sent us videos, 3 different ones to my email, right from his window. Some stuff's going down over there. Over here, people get mad and fake protests and this, that, and third. They don't go out there with AKs shooting down crowds though. Over there, they get mad. They like, oh, it's happening for real. It's either you're on the rebel side or you're not. And they probably won't even know if you're on that side. You weren't already up there training with them. You got brothers like Sar. He always tried to tell people about the warriorhood. Nobody really talk about that. People talk a lot of scripture. No one ever speaks about the warriorhood. What do you do when you don't have enough warriors around you and stuff gets real bad? What do you do whenever it's only you and your east side? Are you prepared to I ain't prepared to take on the army. Let's be real. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm Superman and just, oh, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. That's dumb to say or think. But I guarantee if a few people come out here, I have a better chance of protecting her to where she can at least get away. And only something happens to me. A lot of guys are actually soft. A lot of people don't even really. A lot of people had a couple drunk bar fights or beat up a couple people in their neighborhood or in high school. A lot of people don't train daily. A lot of people don't do reaction training. A lot of people don't body harden. A lot of people don't touch their. If they do got a gun, they like to go to the range every day. Shoot, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna do if things get bad? That brother offered training all the time. I offer training. There's not really a lot of people in our area that actually. I know some Hebrew Israelites out here, but they're the fashionable Hebrew Israelites. Let's be real about it. That brother has so many people out there in the area where he's at in GA. I don't understand why there's so many brothers and sisters that are not in his class. To me, it don't make any sense. His name is Sar Benjamin, General. I don't understand why so many people are not there to get that training. I don't get it. Our people have these ego trips that they don't want to let go. And a lot of people, I don't understand where the ego trip comes from. Because if you didn't have the job, if you didn't have the big house or the nicest car, what are you left with as a person? A lot of people don't know how to build with their hands. Even us, when it's real wet, we can't even build our own fire out here because the daggone stuff be too wet out here. So you have to use some lighter fluid. What if I didn't have lighter fluid and it's wet? I still haven't discovered how to actually make the fire stand if only thing we have is wood that has been moist. We got wood stacked up and stuff like that now. But if it is moist and you're outside and it starts raining and that's the only way you can feed your family, what do? A lot of people don't have the common sense to know you got a board or a little tarp, make a little thing over it so it keeps the fire from getting wet. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know, start little twigs to build up the big twig. Put some leaves on the bottom and some straw, some dry straw to make the fire start to catch the twigs. I found out the little sticks behind our brother Benny Yah, because I'll be trying to I was used to try to light the bigger sticks to get them to go. It don't work like that. You got to get the little embers going first. You got to know what food, depending on what's the situation, how big the family, how much time you got to make the food. You don't be trying to make a 3-course meal on the fire when you know you got to have to feed some people and get down the way. How many, a lot of people don't know about pathways, how to leave certain little trip ups and traps so it's. All right, y'all, so we're going to go ahead and end it. This time I ran out of space. I got to delete a lot of stuff on my phone. So we're going to end it and pick up with something, else another time. But the last thing I was saying before it just cut off on us is I was talking about having things set up on your land. As a man, you should be able to provide for your family. They should not go hungry because you lost your job. They should not risk not having shelter because you lost your job. Start building your generational wealth and get things in order for your family now before it's too late. So whenever they shut things down and stuff just goes belly up, it'll be too late to try to figure it out then. Start training your family now. Start training yourself now if you haven't, so that you can properly train them. There's so many people on Facebook and YouTube that are in the culture that give a lot of good information. Search that. Listen to some rich people and find out how they got rich. They'll tell you all the tricks. All it is to do it. It's not that hard. Just do it. Like I said, all this we got, pay cash for it. When we're making that money, we're putting it to the side. Again, I did not make my baby buy this land. I did this. She has her job. She helps, she makes money. She helps buy stuff here and there too, of course. She helps. But I didn't charge her with the job to find us somewhere to stay, give us land, find our homes. Anytime it was stuff like that, that was all on me. I do everything I'm supposed to as a man. We need to stop talking about generational wealth and start really building it. Really building it. It's just time. I want some people I can get together with to build generational wealth with myself. Like I said, we have more than enough land for families to come out here. All it takes is a camper and a call. We see what we got in common and see if you could be a fit out here. As long as you follow those laws, we can rock. So, before the thing tried to cut off, I deleted some stuff, but I don't know how much before it tried to turn off, so we'll end it, because now I got to try to merge 3 videos for y'all. If not, it'll be in 3 sections on YouTube. Oh, and remember, Nat Turner's our Facebook page. Check it out. You'll see our businesses and stuff like that. We have our websites up. We put items on there. We show y'all what we're doing out here, along with the videos that y'all already see on the channel.
And the website is foreverourlegacy.com.